These paintings were made in my old studio at Gallery Connection in the basement of the Justice Building one winter. And they followed on another series of window paintings that I made on paper. And those paintings came out of my absolute disgust with New Brunswick winter. And so I painted, they were basically white paintings and with very little color in them. I really loved them. And they were quite large. They've never been shown. And then the following winter, or maybe the winter after that, I was stuck in my studio again in the winter and had a lot of canvases that I had stretched, and I thought that I would start to make another window series because my studio was enormous. It's probably 500 square feet, I think, something like that. And it had one window up at the top because the ceilings were about 12 feet, I think, or something like that, and there was a window at the top. Couldn't see out of it very much because it was covered with plastic. Being a government building, they had put plexiglass over it and plastic on the inside of it, so it was kind of opaque. Anyway, that was my window to the outside world. And these paintings, because canvas sort of dictates something different to you when you start working on it, it's different from working on paper, of course. And I hadn't worked on canvas for quite a while when I made these paintings. But they suddenly emerged as something a lot more cheerful than the white ones were. And I'm not quite sure why that is, unless psychologically I looked at the window in a different way. I looked at it as a window on the outside, not as a prison window, which the first ones were kind of, I felt very enclosed and trapped in my studio. So they're a fairly colorful series of paintings, and I like the form of having, I like the fact that there's a boundary in each one of them. It's a kind of rectangular boundary. Some of them are bisected, so they're like double hung windows. And they're very abstracted, so they're mostly just color and that window form. And once I started making them, I was working in kind of a white heat. And I think there are 8 in the series. I can't remember. There are 2 that aren't in this particular exhibition, because 2 of them were still. Actually, they were shown at Gallery 78. Pardon me. Yeah. And I can't remember what year that was. The show was called Interiors. And after that, they went back to my studio and they kept a couple of them to hang in the gallery. So, and then Will grabbed them to put up at Stu. And I think they look very nice in the space. I'm pleased with the way they look in the space.